It's time to turn on the thrusters with Starship Tourist Warlock. Essentially, the game plan of this deck is we are going to be using the Tourist package to give ourselves easy access to Reborn within a Warlock for our Starship package through things like Buccaneer. This will allow Defense Crystal to essentially act as 2 Starship pieces instead of 1. It is also worth mentioning with this card in particular, and all the other Resurrection cards, Sargeras can actually buff up the existing portal multiple times because you're always reviving the exact same Sargeras, so it will always buff up the same portal, making it where you can get up to like 12 or 14 HP on each of your individual imps. Now, for the rolling guide of the deck, any early game minion is great to keep in your open hand. However, Buccaneer is probably one of the strongest cards, especially if you see it in combination with any of the other cheap early game Death Rattle minions, including Defense Crystal. Outside of this, you are going to be looking for early game removal tools such as Health Drink or Defile, depending on what the matchup actually is. Let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against DK. Let's see what they have in store for us. I know Starship DK is floating around, but I think that deck we actually have a pretty good matchup against. It is also worth mentioning we can actually use reverbs as a way to like get a copy of their Starship and then use it for our own, which is actually kind of cool. There is one card that I would really love to have included in the list, but I just couldn't find the space, which is Yogg. But, you know, it is what it is. Ceaseless Expanse did its job a lot of the time. Same thing with Sargeras. Those two were just great win cons versus other Starship decks. Alright, let's just hero power, and then I guess we can trade. Might as well. Okay. Yeah, trade into Armenian. I guess makes sense. I don't really want to use thrusters this turn. There's a reason why we're not using thrusters. I think next turn we'll slam down thrusters plus the snake oil. I know technically the snake oil does nothing, but I think that's just the play. Oh, brittle bone. Interesting. This should be able to clear out 2 of the minions. Come on, hit the right targets. That's 1 out of 2 of the right targets, so I can't complain too much. Actually, that probably is the better hit there. Okay, there's Defense Crystal. Oh, you know, I can't say that's a bad top deck. That was a really, really nice top deck. It does kind of suck that they're going to be able to get the Starship on before us, but, you know, it will still be fine. Oh, speaking of Defense Crystal, if our Buccaneer survives this turn, it should actually. I know they have things like Cublical that could be a problem, but hopefully it won't be. Okay, cool charge. Well, that's also a problem. Well, ripperoni to our play. I guess we can do some soul searching. Do we get the parts or do we get 2 Buccaneers? I kind of want to grab 2 Buccaneers because they're probably going to have to want to try to clear it. We can also slam down Darkmarrow. 99% of the time, that won't actually... Oh, maybe he will come up. Sure. Okay, so we're just going to gain a bunch of armor, but sadly this doesn't count as 2 additional pieces. It only counts as 1, but that's still not that bad. You know, the more I play this deck, the more that I actually really just enjoy it. It feels good. It honestly does feel really, really good. Feels flexible in what it does. Really, you know, I can't remember if I have Defile in the list right now. Defile would feel really good if we don't have it currently. Oh, reverbs ×2 or crystal. I kind of just want to go with the crystal. And then we can pop all these minions. Pop this minion, why not? One 6 damage to everything would be really nice. There are cases where the draw would be really, really nice too. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does. I know this looks a little bit also sus because we're slamming this down when we could get like 4 instead of 3 on the next turn, but hopefully we won't regret this, right? Oh. I really wish we had that reverbs right about now.
Remnants of life.
No, never mind, game. Give me exactly what I asked for, right? Okay, we can do this. And then we'll grab this to reduce damage or mana. Oh, that's not a bad card. Pop this just because we can. I will say this though, the Exodar buff still I'm not convinced for it or against it really still. Well, it's a decent enough late game card, but like 90% of the time it just feels like bad. Okay, Cublical to get rid of the Primus. That might have been a little bit of a waste. Guiding Figure. I mean, yes, they are Starship, but... Okay, we can Hero Power. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's actually really nice. Oh, we can do some damage here. Just freeze them out so we don't have to worry about them doing anything there. Still have to do 40 HP, though. Okay, okay. Oh, that could be bad. I mean, 5 attack isn't really that big of a deal. Oh, now that is. Okay, Sargeras would be a nice top deck. Our Starship is getting really big, though. Oh, Defile. So we are running Defile. I just forgot. It's been a few games. Okay, do we have a way to get a 2 HP minion on board? We could use Eternal Layover plus Defile to clear out the board. Oh, reverbs. I mean, that kind of changes stuff. Yeah, let's go with reverbs. Then Defile, because we can Defile the odds. Oh! Is this going to be a perfect clear? Oh, not so perfect. Close, but not so perfect. Okay, we gotta go quick, I guess. Let's go. There we go. Starships feel like, I don't know. It feels like the game is struggling to make calculations with like any starships on board. I'm curious if all the disconnects recently and such are because of starships causing a lot of weird interactions behind the scenes. Sure, I would prefer you to use that now than later, to be fair. Oh. Well, that's kind of a shame. Okay, how do we want to do this for a turn? Interesting. We do want to get rid of Reska here no matter what, right? Okay, we got 2 drinks here. Get rid of the cube. I don't want to deal with it next turn. And then get rid of that. Sure, they'll have a 10 HP minion, but we should be fine. Exodar. That's not that big, right? No. Okay, do we have an easy way to pop? No, we don't, do we? Oh, that actually kind of changes plans. Because we can launch this. Please hit the right targets. Please hit the spaceship. That's all I want. Yeah, well, it's not like they're going to be running any type of bounce back. Oh, I've realized Sargeras, not Sargeras, Yogg. Oh, actually, you know what? It doesn't look like they had Yogg in hand. Because if they did, they would have just used it, right? There is an interaction that I really wanted to test, but I never... Okay, look. The interaction is, I don't know how Cube works in combination with Eternal Layover, if it resurrects the Cube with the, like, revival of whatever you're trying to revive. If you know what it does, let me know, but, like, I legitimately don't know how it works. And I didn't want to purposely lose a game, so I just never try to make it work. As long as they don't draw into Yogg. I'm assuming they're running Yogg. We should be fine. One, please. Can we say goodbye to our opponent here? Huh? Maybe bye? Bye? Huh? Is this goodbye? Please?
There is not much time.
I think this is goodbye to our DK friend. Turns out Warlock is stronger than DK. For once. Might as well go face. And you know what? Why not get another Starship? 71 armor. Let's go. Oh, wait, actually, if we use our hero power, we can end with 69 armor. Hey, there's Sargeras. Behold our fleet. Hey, temporary gaming against Warlock. Let's see what they have in store for us. Actually, you know what? This hand isn't the worst. Soul Searching might not be something we want to keep, but I'm going to keep Domino Effect just in case this is Pain Warlock. I know that deck hasn't really... I haven't ran into it in a while, but it's always a possibility. I know people, after balancing changes, tend to go back to, like, older decks, which is why we're seeing the resurgence of hand buff Paladin, even though I'm so sick and tired of that deck. Oh. I kind of just want a hero power, but we could actually... Okay, what are the chances that they actually have 2 more damage to destroy our Buccaneer here? Actually, probably pretty high. It is Warlock. Or pretty low, because they're Warlock. Alright, I mean, sure. Alright, let's get rid of both of those. And just go face. The Soul Searching is pretty good here, too. Oh. I should have... Actually, I guess it wouldn't depend on the position. Well, no, I wouldn't have depended on the position. Okay, the reverbs is good. Our hand, though, really is bad if we don't have any, like, other Starship pieces or, you know, Sargeras. The goal that I really want to showcase, and I've played, at this point, I think 10 games with this deck. And I think I've gotten to the point where I've had so many good games where the Starship package does a really good job. I just really want the big meme of... Okay, Loken. Phantom. Okay. Endgame. Fracking. That wasn't bad. I wouldn't say that's fracking awesome, but that was pretty close. But what I was going to say is the meme game that I really want to showcase with this deck, and I will probably keep going until I find it or we hit. My hard cap's probably going to be 30 games, I would say. If we hit it before then, is... I really want to show off a game where we're using Sargeras and we're getting multiple copies of him to buff up our portal. And that's like the #1 goal when it comes to this deck that I still have left over, I should say. Or at least that's how I should phrase it. Perfect. Wait, life tap? Sure. Interesting. We could use Eternal Layover. Yes, I think I would prefer a bunch of 1 cost. Or, I know there's probably a pretty high chance this is what or they're going to have to file. But at least we don't have to deal with Forge of Souls, right? Yeah. I'm curious if this is hand or wheel. I guess hand could be wheel. Might as well do as much damage as possible. Okay, we might actually have a game plan here. We do need to have Sargeras actually survive is going to be the main problem. I'm about to flip a table right about now. As I flip through all the emotions that I can do, but, you know, I always hit the wrong one. It is what it is, right? Pop car gonna pop off a little bit. Barrel Sludge. Hero power. Interesting. 6 damage to everything. I kind of just want to slam down Sargeras. Hopefully he survives. And I kind of... I don't... Okay. It is worth mentioning, There are some weird shenanigans going on with Sargeras that I don't know if it's a bug or a feature right now. And I'm pretty sure if my opponent slams down a Sargeras and sucks everything in, and then I copy the Sargeras, it should buff up our portal, which sounds weird, and that's probably... I guess that makes sense. I know, like, before, like, if you did something like that, Sargeras wouldn't look at your portal, it would look at your opponent's portal. And then they changed how that worked. It's just very strange they ended up doing with it. Oh! Sure. And we can send everything into the twisting nether. Or we could buff everything else up. But, yeah. This should be fine. We can hero power. Hey! Oh! Okay, let's buff up everything. This should work. I'm like 80% sure this is how it's supposed to work. Because I know resurrection cards have always made Sargeras like buff up the original portal. It's just when you put like other portals out there. We got 4 on board. Oh no, please tell me this. Oh, thank you, game. Whew, that could have been real bad. I can't count space on the board. I'm amazed. Actually, no, I'm not amazed. I was going to say, I'm amazed we haven't seen a card that, like, increases the amount of minions you can have on board. But then I realized, like, Hearthstone's code is probably not designed in a way where you can add additional space on board easily. Okay, there's life tap. Okay, so it was wheel. It might be a problem for us. Because, sure, we can do a bunch of damage eventually. Boy, oh boy, are we going to have a struggle a bit. I kind of just want to keep buffing up the portal and then just go face. We could blow up the board, but I don't think we really need to. Heart. Can we get another Sargeras? I almost... Yeah, this just clears their board, right? Should be fine. We should be fine. The fact that this actually works how it is. Also, great that I was just talking about, like, I want to showcase this exactly. Oh, sure, we're not using something like Crazed Alchemist in order to swap the attack and HP of the demons, but, like, this is still pretty cool. Can you imagine if Confuse was in Standard? If you don't know what Confuse is, it swaps the HP and attack of all minions on board. Okay, let's buff up everything here. And I don't really... I think this is just how we're doing it. We actually probably should have put down thrusters first. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh well. We can clear out the board space a little bit, do a bunch of damage to face. And I guess draw a card, why not? Oh. Oh, rip Sargeras. I would have loved to be able to keep buffing these up, but it is what it is. Okay, I think what we do... We'll make a big minion. Of course it's ice barrier. Alright, moment of truth. Let's do as much damage. Oh, that actually isn't as big as I expected it to be. That's fine. That's fine. Should be fine. We have 2 turns to win. Oof. Oh. Oh no. Is there a way for us to deal with this? We're looking for reverbs here. Oh, that is not the burn I wanted to see. Well, I'm gonna heal. We just gotta survive a turn with a bunch of minions on board. Soul Search. Oh, Soul Searching could actually win us the game. Okay, so on board we have enough to finish them off, depending on what secrets that they got there. At least it's 2 Hunter secrets. Please don't have a big taunt. That's a big taunt with lifesteal. Okay, okay. Well, we need reverbs. Reverbs top deck, please. Oh, thank you, game. Thank. Okay, okay, okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Sure. Draw a card. I don't really care. Oh, we did it! We beat the Wheel of Fate. Alright, now that we're through the game, so let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, I played 20 games with the deck and ended up with a 65% win rate, which was much higher than I originally expected. This deck actually felt incredibly strong. It felt incredibly flexible on what you can actually do with the list, either winning through getting multiple copies of Sargeras or winning through big starships, both of which will allow you to out-survive most decks currently in the meta game. Honestly, I don't think there was really a matchup that felt really 100% losable against. And that's saying something because it turns out this deck has the perfect mesh between big minions and early gameness plus control tools to perfectly work. So if you're a fan of the Starships, try this one out. You might be surprised on how decent this actually felt. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.